Okay, today our goal is I can calculate simple interest. So we have finished all of our TEKS except for interest, financial TEKS. All right, so TEKS are what we are supposed to be learning in 8th grade. So today we are going to calculate simple interest, and if you notice on your mathematics chart, down here at the bottom there are two. One is simple interest, one is compound interest, and this is the one we are going to be doing today. I equals PRT, and we're going to talk about all those parts. Okay? So, interest. Let's first talk about what interest is, and to make this simple, the amount of money charged for borrowing or using money. It also can be the amount, well, okay, let's do this. Examples. If you get a car loan, you are borrowing the amount that the car costs, and so they charge you interest. That is home loans, student loans, all charge interest, okay? Savings accounts. If you deposit money into a savings account, then the bank uses your money. The money just doesn't sit in a little box somewhere with your name on it. The bank actually uses that money to make money. So they pay you a part of that interest, not very much of it. Credit cards, you pay interest, all right? Formula. I equals PRT. Okay, for some reason it reminds me of that Michael Jackson song PYT, but this is not what it is, PRT, okay? I is your interest. So when you solve this formula, you're solving for the amount of interest. And that's a big deal. You need to realize that. P is the principal, or the initial amount. In other words, how much the loan was for, how much the charge was, how much you initially deposited into an account. That is known as the principal. Okay? R is the percentage rate. We always have to convert that percent to a decimal. So convert percent to decimal, and it has that here, all right, and that is that Dr. Pepper, right? Either you do DP, which means if it's given to you as a percent, you move it 2 times to the left to make it a decimal, or divide by 100, okay? Put it in and divide by 100. Remember, if it has a percent sign, even if it has a decimal inside it, it's still a percent. It's not a decimal. So you still have to either do DP, Dr. Pepper, or you have to divide by 100. And what I mean by that is if it has 5.25%, just because you drop the percent sign doesn't mean that it's 5 point. That is actually 0.0525 as a decimal, okay? T is time, and time must always be in years for our 8th grade math, okay? Note, if time is in months, T can be found using the ratio number of months divided by 12 equals number of years. I understand that is some of you don't even know there's 12 months in a year. I couldn't believe that. Some of you can't even name all the months in the year. Couldn't believe that either, but it's true. So if I take 18 months, all I have to do is take 18, divide it by 12 in my calculator, and I get clear, 18 divided by 12, and I get 1.5 years. Okay, so here we've got 3 months, so 3 divided by 12, and I would do 3 divided by 12 in my calculator, and I would find that that is 0.25 years. Okay, 60 months. Well, 60 divided by 12 is 5 years. So that is how you find it. It's pretty simple. Okay? Let's practice using the formula. Okay. So, Chloe gets a student loan from the New Mexico Education Assistance Foundation to pay for her educational expenses this year. Find the interest on the loan if she borrowed $2,000 at 8% for 1 year. Remember, your formula is I equals P times R times T. Okay, it's pretty simple and it solves for interest. So what is my principal? She borrowed $2,000. So I always leave the commas off because then they get mixed up with decimals. R is the rate. It's 8%. So I need to change that to a decimal. So remember, I'm just going to do 8 divided by 100, and I get 0.08. Okay. Then time is 1 year, and it's in years, so I'm good to go. So all I need to do is put that in my formula. I equals 2,000 times 0.08 times 1. And yes, I expect you to write this formula out when you're doing this and show me your work, okay? That is, if you don't want to do that, then I'll take the calculator away and you can do all the computation yourself too. So 2,000 times 0.08 times 1, and I get $160 in interest. Okay, that's how much interest this person would make. Hank is starting a small business in Austin. He borrows $10,000 from the bank at 4.8% rate for 72 months. Find the interest. So all these today, we are going to find the interest. So my P is 10,000. My R, 4.8%. And 72 months for time. So now I need to do some conversions here. 4.8 divided by 100. Change it from a percent to a decimal is 0.048. Then I'm going to do 72 months. Remember, we're going to take 72 and divide it by 12. To find out how many years that is. 72 divided by 12, and I get 6 years. Okay? So now I have the parts I need. I equals PRT. All right? And so I'm going to do I equals principal $10,000 times 0.048, and if you notice, I'm still using a time sign because I'm using decibels here. Just kind of helps to keep everything straight. Times 6. Okay, now I'm ready to find my answer. 10,000, and I'm putting this in my calculator. Times 0. Oh, nope. I was gonna mess up already. 0.048 times 6, and I get 28.80 as my interest that I would have to pay. You see, just borrowing $10,000 for 6 years, it's going to cost you $12,880 to pay back that loan. It adds up quick, people. Okay? Now you try. So you are going to set all of this up, and you are going to show your teacher before you get started on your practice. Have a great day, and talk to you later.